2022, baby. I was just sitting here thinking about what do I want my first word of Live at the Roxy to be for 2022? I was putting too much weight on it. And then finally I was like, just make it 2022. When I talk about how you can overthink things, that is a way that you can overthink things. Welcome to 2022, everyone. It is January 2nd of 2022, and we're still here. If you're watching this, it means you're still here, which is a fucking pretty big accomplishment after the last couple of years. It has been a wild ride, and we have a lot to talk about today, including the fact that I have spent the last 48 hours of my life just binging shit. I watched the Harry Potter special. I finished watching The Great. I started watching Dickinson. I started Queens. I have just been on a tear of watching shit. So I want to talk about some of those things, specifically the Harry Potter special. And I also have some personal things I want to talk about. A lot of you guys have been asking me updates about Grammy and Papo, so happy to get into those. Plus, go Patriots. And on the other side of my Patriots loving heart is Tom Brady. And on that Tom Brady side of my loving heart is what the actual fuck Antonio Brown. Whew, gosh, it's hard when we're speaking about people like Kanye West or Antonio Brown or people who it seems like something is genuinely, even like Amanda Bynes. When something is genuinely wrong, it feels like something's genuinely wrong. You don't want to be a dick about things, but what the actual hell? What the actual hell? So we'll talk about that. If you don't know anything that I'm talking about, no worries. We'll discuss it all. Plus, I had one hell of a New Year's Eve that put me in bed all day yesterday binging. So, and it was the first time yesterday. This was crazy. Yesterday was the first time, even all throughout COVID, that I laid in bed and didn't work. I just kicked it, just chilled for the fucking day. I never do that, ever. So places to go, people to see, things to talk about, and let's get right into it. If you want to support the show, streamlabs.com/Roxy Stryer. I have some thoughts on the show that I wanted to run by you guys. I'm thinking that I might go live less often, and I might upload more content more often. We have been losing subscribers on this channel for a really long time, and I'm hearing algorithm wise, it's really important to upload things. And one of the things I was talking to Steph about as I spent the weekend with her was that there is a lot. I made a list of all the shows I watched this past year, and I'm still making the list because things keep popping up that I'm like, oh yeah, I watched that. But I've made on the list so far is 65 shows. So I've watched a minimum of 65 shows this year. But I definitely think more. And that's not even including reunion specials and stuff that's scripted. That's series. So I watch probably more television than anybody I've ever met, or as much as you can watch. And I just saw another show that I didn't put on there. And I want to do more little reviews on things. I want to binge things and then do just quick 5 or 10 minutes. This is my thoughts. This is what I think we should watch. So I want to start uploading those and see if you guys like them and see how that goes. But I also want to keep going live because even though I know YouTube doesn't favor the live stream thing, and even though all the people who are in this industry keep telling me to stop going live and that it's pointless, I don't want to lose that connection with you guys. And I like being here and knowing you guys are here at the exact same time that I am and that we're in this together, because it does make me feel less alone. And I'm hoping it makes you guys feel less alone, as opposed to clicking on something and watching it, which you can do with TV or movies. This is a way to actually interact. And if you are feeling like you need somebody to talk to, then we are live interacting. So I don't want to stop doing the live shows, but I think I might trim back on them and start doing a few of them a week, and then also putting up reviews of all the stuff that I am watching. Let me know how you guys feel about that. Questions, comments, concerns, thoughts? Let me know. Streamlabs.com/Roxy Stryer. Let's see who our very first Streamlab of 2022 is from. I almost called it 2021. We literally lived all through 2021. I still think we're in 2020. So that is something. Any guesses? Any guesses? Bueller. Our first Streamlabs of 2022 coming in from John Eugene. Yes, John Eugene with that first Streamlab of the year. You got this in last night, and he said, haven't been able to donate for a while, but wanted to show love. Happy 2022. That is so sweet, John. Thank you for being my very first super chatter. I mean, Streamlabber of 2022. Go, John. Go, John. John, John. Go, John. Yes, John. That's the John dance. Everybody mimic it. Glenn Caesar in the Streamlabs, my second Streamlabber of 2022. Let's go. He said, hello, and hashtag World Girl Sunday. Yeah, I'm going to talk to you guys about that in a minute. Roxy sending well wishes to you, peace, bunnies, hugs, and good stuff to you, your dad, Jet, Sky, Grammy, Papo, and your family. Be most excellent to yourselves and to each other. RJ and Rockstars, you deserve it. Happy New Year / 2022, y'all. How are you, Roxy? I'm doing okay. I'm doing good-ish. I have a lot to update you guys on. Hopefully you're doing and feeling good and or working on something that feels good. Thank you. But just in case, Rag's the best. Rag's number one. Rag's the best. Rag's number one. Rag's the best. Rag's number one. Yeah, yeah. Stay awesome. Thanks, Glenn. And Glenn also says, thank you, Roxy and Rockstars and everyone who's battling for choosing to do so. Thanks for showing up and being a support for the people around you. Whatever. However. Not my best. You can. Doing that, even when it's tough, makes you a winner. Whenever you win, we all win. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. Sorry if you guys hate it, but I can't help it. Anytime I hear winner, I think chicken dinner. Also in the Streamlabs, John Lestrina. Listen, first the worst, second the best, third's the one with the hairy chest. John Lestrina, our third Streamlabber of the year. And by the way, John, you're not the worst. That's just the saying. You're the best, John. But I mean, John Eugene, who was the first. John Lestrina, hairy chest. This is what John says. A real driver knows exactly what's in his car. Dominic Toretto. Happy 2022. Well, I don't feel like a real driver then. I have no idea. I keep my car very clean. I am obsessed with keeping all the shit out of my car, but I don't know what's in my cars and I don't know how a car works, how the parts, don't know any of that. Just know that just don't keep anything in your car. Also, that's how you get smash and grabbed, which you can't do or you don't want to do. So yeah, that's my thoughts. Thank you to my mod, Matthew Gold, for putting this link in here, streamlabs.com/Roxy Stryer. You do you the best. And thank you to everybody showing up on this first stream of the year. Shout out to all of you guys. You know, I really appreciate anybody who can financially support in the Streamlabs or the Super Chat. But those of you guys who can't, you just show up. It means the world to me that you guys want to be here. So shout out to every one for all and all for one, to Glenn Caesar, Manny Gonzalez, Austin Kramer, Scott Welsh, Mohammed Belsi, Moto Roland, Greg 2000, Ace Monique, John McCoy, Kimberly Robinson, Matthew Gold, Billy Sarzanek, Ethan Dayton, Andrew Thomas, Ken Ulozis, 3 or Pacto Priya, but then they did a random, I can't read what they're saying, so I don't know. Ryan Payne, right now and later, John Perillo, Susie Easton, my girl, Adam Rodriguez, and everybody showing up. Mohammed Belsin, y'all are fucking great. Thank you for being here. I appreciate it. We got a super chat coming in from Ryan Payne. He says, 2022, baby. Hope you've enjoyed the Kwanzaa principles that were shared in the Discord. I really did. It was really cool. I like learning a lot about Kwanzaa. Kwanzaa seems like a fucking great holiday. And I'm sad that it's done, but I'm happy that I got to actually, that you guys taught me a lot about it. You and Glenn and people just telling me about the words and the meanings behind the words and the traditions of Kwanzaa. I still obviously don't know everything, but hopefully year by year, I just intake a little bit more so that I know more about the awesome holiday that is Kwanzaa. Because I feel like I don't know anything about, honestly, a lot of holidays. Like I always forget what a lot of the holidays are in the non-Jewish faith. Like I forget what a lot of Christian holidays are. And I don't know what a lot of Muslim holidays are. So I really am super ignorant in that matter. And then I didn't know shit about Kwanzaa, just a minuscule amount. So I really want to learn about more people's holidays. I'm hoping that's something that the World Girls can do, kind of a mini series about all different holidays, because every time I learn about them, I feel like the more you know, the closer you feel to a culture and the more you understand people. And that's always beneficial. Andrew Thomas in the house says, happy 2022 to the most beautiful and sexy Roxy. Have a great and sexy 2022. As great as you. Thanks. Speaking of great, I just finished the show. The Great. That show is so fucking great. That show is so fucking great. I have thoughts on that I will get to, but not yet. First, I'm going to give you guys a little bit of an update on my life. My life be like, ooh, ooh. And I also will then get to Harry Potter because I know a lot of you guys want to know about that. Before I do any of that, go back to the Streamlabs because y'all are the shit. Thank you for being in here. The fourth Streamlabber of the year, a new guy. Yes. Not able to watch, but holy crap. Did you see the part of the special where they used Emma Roberts' childhood photo instead of Emma Watson? I did. I cackled my ass off. Do you think that's someone getting fired for that? I just can't believe that they could make that mistake. That's a wild mistake to make. When I saw that, I saw people did this whole article on it because somebody was tweeting about it. Just how? How do you not fact check that? But then this was my big issue though. I saw that mistake was made. So just to clarify, in the Harry Potter reunion special, they used this photo that they thought was, I actually downloaded it to show you guys, that they thought was Emma Watson, but apparently it's a childhood photo of Emma Roberts, but they are saying that it's Emma Watson in this. And that's a stupid mistake that they shouldn't have made. That's a really dumb mistake. I can't believe they made it. That doesn't make any sense, but they did. But that's what happens. Sometimes in life, we make fucking mistakes and that's how it goes. Where is this? I know I took a screenshot of this and I kept this thread open too, but that's how life goes, right? People make mistakes. They obviously didn't do it on purpose. Why would anybody use a picture of Emma Watson instead of a picture of Emma Roberts instead of a picture of Emma Watson on purpose? Obviously, they didn't fucking do that. So it sucks. That's maybe somebody doesn't get rehired. You can't get fired from a one-time gig, but maybe somebody doesn't get rehired, or maybe if they work for the production company, maybe they don't use that person again. And as much as that sucks, I understand. I don't think you should let people go because of one mistake, although this is a pretty big mistake that shows that they weren't fact checking. So that's kind of a problem, but I get why you would do that. Here's the issue that I have with all of this. The first tweet, so the person who tweeted this out, Mania, which is at _Delmonico99. I looked at the tweet, and the first comment underneath it from that same person who tweeted out is at Roberts Emma, which is Emma Roberts' handle. Sue them, all exclamation points. And it's like, why do we live in this society where when somebody fucks up like that, they didn't hurt somebody? And I get that they're not allowed to use somebody's name and likeness and make it wrong. And that's, it's not good what they did. But why in this society are we like, yes, sue them. This is probably, Emma Roberts has so much fucking money. It's insane. What? She's going to sue. We think she should sue the fucking random ass editor who probably got this from somebody else who made a mistake here, and take them for what? The $5 they have in their fucking bank account? Like, it's crazy. This was the photo that they used in the actual video. It became like our family thing. That's the closed captioning. And this is the picture that Emma Roberts tweeted or Instagrammed a while ago saying Minnie Mouse ears. So that's not a good mistake. But what? As a society, what the fuck's wrong with us? Sue them. And yeah, they're not allowed to say that it's somebody else, and they shouldn't have made that mistake. But sue them? Come the fuck on, guys. Like, people can make mistakes in life, and we shouldn't try to sue them. That's crazy. And just, I hate that that's what people jump to. She said sue them, and then was like, follow me if you also stan Emma Roberts, and is a big Emma Roberts fan. But what the fuck? I wonder how you guys feel about that. Let me know. Thank you for the Streamlabs. Appreciate it. Glenn Caesar says, had a meditation this morning. My body went numb as the energies increased and flowed through me until I felt like I was free, no more cerebral palsy, etc. As I fully relaxed and just was. Tension in my lower back, hips, pelvis, groin, legs was removed. That's awesome, Glenn. The fifth Streamlabber of the year. Fifth Streamlabber of 2022. Ace Money, baby. Says, hey, Roxy, maybe it would be a good idea to not stream live on the same days that you stream live for the World Girls. less time and effort on your part, but we still get to see you. That's an interesting thought. Hope your grandparents are doing okay. Happy New Year's. Thanks, Ace Money. I appreciate your idea. Matthew Gold, the sixth Streamlabber of the year, says, Happy New Year, Roxy. What movies are you excited for in 2022? Wow, I want to do a whole stream this week about things to look forward to in 2022, so I'll be able to answer that question even more. But Batman. I mean, there's a lot of movies I'm excited for this year, but like, come on. That's the movie. It's a movie. We're going to the movies. All right, send in your questions, comments, concerns, Streamlabs. So on Life Day Rocks, Grammy and Papa, as you know, they lost their electricity, which meant they lost their heat, and it's been in the 40s and 50s in LA, so it's been chilly here. On Thursday. So it was out on Thursday. On Friday, I went over and I bought them 2 massive external chargers because they didn't have any phone to contact me with so that they could charge their cell phone. Got them situated with like all of their, to make sure they were warm enough because it was fucking cold, not freezing, but cold, and got them a ton of other stuff. I bought them the batteries, food because they didn't have no way of cooking, which sucked. And then what were all the other? Oh, a ton of flashlights because they had like 2 flashlights in the house and the whole place gets pitch black because it's really fucking dark out. There's no starlight in Los Angeles. And a COVID testing kit because Grammy had said she had a tickle in her throat. She's fine, but that just made me nervous. And then also all these vitamins and stuff, but that had nothing to do with the blackout. Just brought them over like a ton of fucking stuff because I couldn't get DWP to tell me when they were getting their electricity back. And yeah, Nick Bethel, when you're in your 90s, honey, and it's 40 degrees in the house, you're fucking cold, especially if you have MS. Don't even fuck with me right now. Come to Minnesota, I'll show you chilly. I'm from Boston, honey. I know what cold is. I'm just saying, do you want your grandparents in 40-degree weather 24/7 around the clock? That's not a good thing to have your grandparents be in. It's not cool. So I was very concerned about them, as I should be, at 94 and 96 when they have no heat and they have no electricity and no lights. And getting around is really difficult. Getting upstairs is really difficult. So just very, very frustrating. And I couldn't get the department to tell me when they was coming back on. So the electricity and heat were out on Thursday. They were out Friday, brought everything over. And then they didn't come, and they had told me that they were going to try to turn it back on Friday, 6 a.m. All Friday goes by, they don't turn it back on. So I stayed there until after dinner. And then Saturday, yesterday, finally at like 4 p.m., they got their electricity back, which is just so fucking shitty. Just so fucking shitty that they were out of electricity for Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Like during the holiday, no TV, nothing. And like, it's really hard with Papa's dementia. He just kept being like, why won't you guys turn the lights on? Why is it so cold in here? And just like could not fathom and understand. And it was just so fucking frustrating. And yeah, it's just so frustrating. But finally, everything got turned on again yesterday. So they're all set now. Thank you to those of you guys who checked in with me. They've had a really rough go at it recently. And I'm just really frustrated at our care of the elderly in this country. I think it's fucking disgusting. I think that people don't treat people in their 90s the way that they should. It's fucking disgusting. And it's really, really important. I hope all of us prioritize our elderly because one day, if we're lucky, we're all going to make it there. And not only because it's going to happen to us, but also because it's the right fucking thing to do. And that's when you are the most helpless. It's just disgusting the way that we treat people. I have more on that at a different time, but I won't get into that right now. So anyway, they're doing okay. So then that night after I dropped off all that stuff, I went with Steph. We went out for New Year's. I feel very good that I just had COVID because that means that I cannot get COVID again for a few months. However, my stamina is trash still. Even when I go up the stairs, it's so hard. I don't know. My lungs are still, I can't get on the bike still. I'm going to try again today. but my capacity to walk or move is just still so trash. And I can't believe that because I'm fucking young and active. It's just been really, really hard to get that back. And my brain is still fucking COVID fog like crazy. So, ugh. I'm also frustrated because Biden, Fauci, and the CDC, all three are saying different things right now. And how is our country supposed to follow? And they're not necessarily 100% contradictory, but they are different. Biden said, if you're vaccinated, be with who you want for the holidays. As long as you're vaccinated, be with everybody for the holidays. Fauci said, do not be in big groups for the holidays. Do not be in big groups for New Year's Eve. Stay at home, be at home, invite a couple people over, but don't fucking congregate. And the CDC's like, in 5 days, you're fine. We said 10, but now it's 5 because the CEOs of a lot of massive companies wanted their employees back at work. It just feels like a fucking free-for-all right now, and we have to use our own brains because everybody's saying something different. Biden with do what you want if you're vaccinated. Fauci with do not do that. Stay home because we're on a surge and have people over if you'd like. And CDC saying just kick it for 5 days. You'll be fine. Like what? What the fuck? It's crazy. This is great. Madness. This is a whole tangent that I don't need to go on, but that is how I feel. Just blah, blah, blah. Streamlabs and your thoughts on any of this, streamlabs.com/Roxy Striar. Tonight for the Whirl Girls, we are giving our resolutions a whirl. We are talking about our resolutions. Dee is in recovery mode, so she will not be there, but Steph and I wanted to still do a show because we didn't want it to be the first Sunday of January without being with you guys. So at 7 p.m., we're going to be talking about our resolutions. We're going to pick kind of our word of the year, think about what it is we want to do, and really go over like the different areas of our life and what we want to make happen. And hopefully you guys want to do your resolutions with us too. So don't forget to join us there. Let me talk to you guys about some of my viewing experiences that I have been, the shit that I've been watching. And again, I swear I will get to Harry Potter because I did watch, even though you guys know I don't remember shit about Harry Potter, I certainly watched the reunion and it informed me of certain things. Who the fuck knew that Harry, like, spoilers, almost died and then came back? I don't remember that. Didn't remember that kiss between Ron and Hermione. It's a lot. It's just a lot that I didn't remember. Just a lot that I didn't remember. So, but anyway, I watched the reunion. We'll talk. Before I get to that, The Great, I cannot recommend this show enough. The Great is excellent. I started Dickinson as well, and I'm 3 episodes into Dickinson. I'm like not digging Dickinson, which is surprising because I love Haley Steinfeld and also I love The Great, which is in such a similar tone to Dickinson. They're both period pieces, but they're modernized by their music and by their language, their verbiage. And I think that The Great is the best thing since sliced bread. And I'm not that into Dickinson, which has made everybody, a lot of critics that I trust, top 10 lists. So maybe I have to keep watching it, but The Great is excellent. Dickinson and The Great, I watched the first 2 seasons. The first season's amazing. I was like, oh, how are they going to do the second season? The second season is fucking phenomenal. Can't recommend it enough. It's on Hulu. Go watch it. Dickinson is, I got to give it more time, I guess. I finished Working Mom's most recent season because Steph and I were finally together to finish it. It was good. It was my favorite of the seasons, but I still think the show is one of the most underrated shows on TV. I started Queens, which is an ABC show. Who the fuck knew that Eve was in it? Brandy's in it. The one of the girls from 3LW is in it. Like this fucking show has a stacked cast. The show's just okay so far, but I've heard from some people that it gets really good. So, it's one of the only network shows that I'm watching right now. I like it so far. I started Wheel of Time. That show's pretty great. I am 4 episodes into it. There's too many characters like Game of Thrones for my little COVID brain to be keeping up with, but it's very good. It's very good. And thank you guys for pushing me to watch that. And those are some of the things I viewed. What did you guys watch over the last couple of days? What did you holiday watch? What TV shows do you think from 2022 or 2021 that people should still watch? I'll give you guys my list right now. Here's a list of shows that I really want to watch that I haven't seen yet from 2022. I'm hearing everyone talk right now about Station 11. So I really want to see that. And people, one of the writers from Leftovers and Lost is working on that. And those are 2 of my favorite shows. And I really just people that I trust are loving that show. So it's on my list. The other shows on my list that I didn't watch of last year that I really want to see still, there's 6 of them. The other 2, which is that comedy on HBO Max that I hear is really good. Dope Sick, which everybody tells me is on Hulu, is excellent, but very dramatic. So I have to be in the mood for it. Yellow Jacket, kind of getting mixed reviews, but sounds up my alley. So I'm intrigued. It's a sin. I missed this. Apparently, this was January of 2021, and it just went over my head. Like, I just missed it. It's about the AIDS crisis, but I guess this is making a lot of critics' top 10 list, and I didn't even remember hearing about it. So I got to go back and watch that. And The Underground Railroad, which has a lot of nominations for the Golden Globes, and I missed that one also. So those are 6 of the ones that I want to make sure that I watch, because I did not see those shows, and I want to watch them before I do an official list. So that's on my list of best shows of the year so far, though. I was looking at this last night. Gosh, there was such great television in 2021. Such great television. Some of my sleeper picks are Made, Dave, Schmigadoon. I finally watched Hacks. That was excellent. Grace and Frankie, Search Party. People don't watch that. Only Murders in the Building. But then I also have the same favorites as a lot of other people. Succession, Morning Show, Pen 15, Always Sunny, Curb, Pose, Sex Education, Squid Game, Ted Lasso, Midnight Mass, Handmaid's Tale, Mayor of Easttown, White Lotus, Insecure, Yellowstone. A lot of ones that I really, really enjoyed. I don't know whether this makes my top 25 list, but I also Lucifer, Reservation Dogs, Falcon and Winter Soldier, Kaminsky Method, Shrink Next Door. Really watched a lot of TV, guys. Yeah, I binged. I finished Sex Lives of College Girls too. It was really fun. I wouldn't say one of the best shows of the year, but definitely very, very fun. Very fun so far. What about for you guys? What do you love? Who is going to be my 7th Streamlabber of the entire year? Streamlabs.com/Roxy Stryer. Who is it going to be? Only you guys can tell. Only time will tell. Only you will tell. Only I will tell. Only I will tell when time tells, because that's how it works. Burt Mill says, I haven't seen any of these. No way. You got some binging to do then, my friend. The 7th Streamlabber of the year. Bum-ba-da-bum. Austin Kramer. Happy New Year, Roxy. I spent my New Year's Day binging Cobra Kai. Here's to a great 2022. Fuck yeah. I still haven't watched it because it just dropped, but I will probably in the next day or two because I'm obsessed with that show also. Track Stars, the 8th Streamlabber of the year. Yes, Track Stars. Hi, Roxy. Please add Normal People to your list. It was out in 2020, but such an underrated show. It's such a raw love story and beautifully written. Where is it? I've heard people talk about it. Is it Hulu? I feel like I've scrolled by it before. I feel like I definitely have seen it before, and people have mentioned it, but not a lot of people talk about it. Tell me more. Tell me more. Who is going to be our 9th Streamlabber of the year? Who is it going to be? Oh, it's on Hulu. Okay. Then I will make sure that I check it out. Get in those Streamlabs and Super Chats. I want to talk about Harry Potter and the reunion. And I'm curious, who have you guys watched? Send bunnies in the chat if you guys watched Harry Potter, the reunion special. Steph told me that she said, what do you want to watch? Peacemaker or the Harry Potter reunion special? They both just dropped. I said, oh my God, Peacemaker, what? And she was wrong. It doesn't drop for another 10 days, 11 days. So sad. I really thought that it was dropped. So instead, we watched Harry Potter, the special. And it was fine. People seemed to love it, and they said they hysterically cried through it. So I'm really happy for those people who love this. I thought it was very well done, really well shot. Looked like it cost a ton of fucking money, especially recreation of all those sets and stuff. Shout out to Leonard Kim and Track Stars who watched it. Nobody else. But overall, yeah, Ryan Payne Peacemaker isn't until the 13th. She just thought that it had dropped. It hadn't. She got me excited for no reason. Overall, it was cool to see. Here were my big takeaways. I loved that the 3 main stars nonstop were talking about how much fun the set was and how Christopher Columbus let them really be children on set. You don't hear that a lot, and the fact that they had such a positive experience, it seemed like they had such a good time, and they really felt like they got a childhood and they were kids, that made me feel really good for at least Rupert, Emma, and Dan. That was really nice. It was nice to see so much of Tom Felton also. I didn't know how much they were gonna include him. And so I loved that their experience seemed positive. I loved them taking us through the different generations of directors and how people would come in with their different strategies. That was really cool. It was really sweet to hear them talk about the people who had passed. A lot of people from this set had passed away, and a lot of people very young. So I loved hearing them talk about that. It was very uncomfortable having J.K. Rowling show up. To be honest, I get why they did it. She wrote all the books, so I get it. But she clearly shot this in a different location than all the rest of them. She had to shoot it on a green screen. And very likely that was because of all the controversy going on with her, that none of them wanted to be in the same place as her. None of them were willing to shoot with her. So she shot all her answers on what seemed to be a green screen somewhere else to me. And it's awkward. And also, as we were going through the episode, you just see when Hermione or when Emma's talking about the first time she has that conversation with Hagrid about when she has to say that they called her a mudblood, and you just there's so much good that J.K. Rowling did. There was so much good that she did in her words about not discriminating against people and having an open heart and friendship and the power of love and family being your found family. There's just so much beauty in the Harry Potter books and in a lot of the Harry Potter characters and so much acceptance. And then you think about all of the things that she's doing to set back the trans community and all of her comments about trans women not being women and how fucking ridiculous that is. And it's so tough to swallow because the same person can do so much good who can do so much bad. And I just wish she didn't have this hate in her heart for the trans community, because I know she wouldn't describe it as hate, but a lack of acceptance is hate. And it's frustrating to watch and to hear her in this. You can't think about anything else while she's on the screen. While she's talking about these beautiful characters that she's created, all I'm thinking in my head is like, why are you so problematic for problematic sake? It's so frustrating. So that was uncomfortable, but the special was very well done. I loved all the imagery and the footage that they incorporated. All the interviews were great. I loved how many cast members they brought back. It was cool to see everybody who wanted to come back. The caliber of actors in this, I don't even think I realized at the time, is just it's crazy. It's crazy. And to have them all want to come and talk about the 7 movies, and it's 7 movies, right? Did I make that up? I think so. And they're 10 years on set together. I thought that was very, very cool. That from the fact that they could get like not just the regulars, like the guy who played Hagrid and a lot of the people who were in it, like obviously the Harry Potters and Hermione's and Ron's of the world, but that they got a lot of their one-offs like Gary Oldman, or that they got so much of the Weasley family to come back, which was really freaking cool. And Dudley and the voice of Dobby and the twins and the girl who played Ginny and Luna and Jason Isaacs was in a fucking ton of this, which was really cool. And Helena Bonham Carter, that was one of my favorite parts, is when she shared what it is that Daniel Radcliffe wrote, that if he was born 10 years earlier, that he'd have a shot. Because who the fuck wouldn't have a crush on Helena Bonham Carter? She's the coolest fucking person on the planet. It was really well done, and I very much so enjoyed it. But I do wish that there had been new information presented, or like, I think that maybe how the Friends reunion special felt so great for me because I'm a diehard Friends fan. Maybe this was that for Harry Potter fans, but would have been cool to see some outtakes that we had never seen, or hear some stories that like we had no idea about. Most of the stories I think we had heard. And so, yeah. Oh, Austin Kramer. Interesting. The JK interview was an old interview from 2019. Fascinating. Fascinating. Wow. Yeah. I mean, that's fucking weird. It's fucking weird, but it was weird to hear her speak. You know, she still had those thoughts in 2019. It's not like we're watching a different person. Just fucking weird. Gosh, why is she doing this? Let's see what's going on. Ace Money in the Streamlab says, I can't wait for the third season of Ricky Gervais's show Afterlife to start this month. It's a very touching show, heavy but funny. I don't watch, but I like Ricky Gervais. Glenn Caesar says, the Wheel of Time series. Yes, Roxy. Also, Cobra Kai season 4 is great, in my opinion. If you've liked the show thus far, I think you'll like it. On Harry Potter, J.K. Rowling's interview was from 2019. As for Live with Roxy's schedule, perhaps Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday. Perhaps. I'll let you guys know when I'm making any moves, any changes. But thank you for your thoughts. I appreciate them always. It was from the Warner Studio tour in London. That makes sense. Yeah, I wonder if they asked her to do this and she said no, or if they didn't even want to ask her to do this because a lot of the cast has spoken out about how they don't appreciate her. Which, eek. Yeah. Yeah, it's just tough. It's just very tough. All right. So those are my thoughts. Let me know your guys' thoughts. I am getting out of here relatively soon. What's up, Peggy? Happy New Year, friend. Happy to have you here. As I am getting out of here in the next couple of minutes, send in any of your thoughts on the Harry Potter reunion. Seems like only a few of you guys watched it so far. Maybe a lot of you guys don't have HBO Max, which I highly recommend getting because it's got a lot of good shit on there. But I understand because there's 5,000 fucking streaming services right now. And so, you know, sometimes we can only pick 1, 2, or 3. I feel like it makes that cut for me, but it's a really tough call. It's a really tough call. So I understand. But yeah, it seems like a lot of you guys haven't watched it yet. So let me know when you do. / tell me what your favorite shows of the last year were and which ones that I didn't name that I have to watch. Another thing that I just briefly want to talk about before I got out of here, I was tweeting about this, but goals for 2022, you know, as a society, let's like not be racist. Easier said than done for a lot of people, I suppose, but I tweeted about this. There is a fucking crazy thing going around right now where there is an awesome news anchor named Michelle who was talking about what she ate on New Year's, and she's just talking about what people ate on New Year's. And she said, I had pork dumplings. We get a lot of, I think she said pork dumplings. She said some kind of dumplings because a lot of Korean people have that on New Year's for the holiday. That's all she said on air. And this other woman, I'm actually going to play it for you guys. This is fucking nuts. This is the response. A lot of people were, people were writing that she shouldn't have said that because she was very Asian. That's a quote. So listen to what this woman had to say in regards to the only thing that I just said, which is that she said she ate dumplings on New Year.
Thinking your Asian anchor mentioned something about being Asian and Asian people eat dumplings on New Year's Day, and kind of take offense to that, because what if one of your white anchors said, well, white people eat this on New Year's Day?
Just pausing for a second here. So this white woman, presumably, but definitely she's a white woman, takes offense to the fact that this anchor said that because she's Korean, she had dumplings on New Year. Just to be clear, white is not a culture. You're not, white people don't have traditions. This Korean woman said a lot of Korean people eat dumplings. How anybody could take offense to that is fucking absurd. But this woman clearly has, because fragile and white. Let's keep going.
I don't think it was appropriate that she said that, and she was being very Asian. And
just to be clear, she just said, I don't think it's appropriate that she did that, that she said that, because she's being very Asian. Oh my fucking God. How are you not clocking that you're a racist fuck when you're saying this?
I don't know. She can keep her Korean to herself. All right.
She can keep her Korean to herself. What the fuck's that mean?
Sorry. It was annoying. Because if a white person would say that, they would get fired.
Oh, you're telling me if a white person would say what, they would get fired? You think that if an Italian person said, yeah, I had pasta on New Year's because a lot of Italian people have pasta and meatballs on New Year's, that they would lose their job? Is that what you're trying to claim right now?
Say something about what white people eat. So, all right, thank you.
All right, thank you. What the fuck? So, what the actual fuck? So just as goals for this year, we're going to minimize people like that and make them feel like the idiots they are. And we're going to do that by spreading love fucking everywhere as much as we can, especially to people who are talking proudly about their culture. Like, what the actual fuck's wrong with this woman? That offends me that you ate dumplings on New Year's because I need you to keep your Korean to yourself because you're being very Asian. If those words ever come out of your mouth, like if that's what you're saying, you have to know you're racist, right? Like you can't not know that you're racist. Like that's fucking nuts. And I talked to you guys the last day of last year, the 31st of December, about how we need to do better. And this is the kind of thing that we just cannot, do not, will not accept. So we need to do better. And we do that by supporting this woman and all people who are just living their life as the person that they are. Fucking nuts. Fucking nuts. All right. Well, getting out of here now on that amazing note that I just needed to share with you guys. Couple more Streamlabs before I go. Glenn Caesar said, may you imagine lots of golden sparkles of love flowing into you as you breathe in, then breathe out yucky energies. I hope lots of yellow hearts and green hearts fill you. I hope you remember to say to yourself, I'm kind, I'm caring, full, unique, I'm worthy. My story is important, deserves to be seen and heard. Being kind, caring, full, unique makes both you and I humane and worthy and a cozy fire to be near. I hope you live in serenity and actually get to see, feel, or perceive the yellow and green colored energies, sparkles of happiness and joy manifesting your day-to-day life today, tomorrow, and beyond. You're uplifting, a priceless treasure, and an inspiration. Thank you, Glenn, for that. Thank you all for being here. Shout out to 2022. Don't forget to watch The World Girls tonight as we're going to go over revolutions. So yeah, the revolution will not be televised. Stay safe, stay sane. Put down the toilet seat and lid. We don't want those buffoons. Make your bed. Don't try with the Holocaust. Brett Miles, Jonathan, the rest of the cops that killed Breonna Taylor and everything that represents. And I will see you guys tonight on The World Girls and tomorrow live at the Roxy. Later.